Hello everybody, welcome to this month's DIY Crafternoon. We are making glass bead sun catchers today. These were really popular. We ran out of our kits, I think in record time. I don't even know if they lasted a whole 2 days. I don't think so. So if you didn't get a kit, the great thing is that you probably have most of the things you need laying around your house. With the exception of not everybody has clear glue, but it's easy to find at Target. So you need clear glue, you need these wonderful glass bead base filler doohickeys, and then a plastic cap from like a big yogurt container or a margarine container, cottage cheese, something bigger. Unless you want to make a smaller one, that's fine too. But I used the bigger ones. So it's really simple and not very time consuming. So the first thing I liked to do making these, I set out my design in my plastic container before I put any glue down, just to kind of see how things would fit and get like my colors situated. If you can't remember your pattern, which mine may not be exact, you could always take a picture of it and then take your stones out and then use your picture as your guide. I'm just gonna wing it. So I'm gonna take mine out and kind of try and put them on the table the way I had them in my container top. Okay, so then you're gonna take your clear glue, and if you did get the kit, you should have like a little plastic container with clear glue in it. You're gonna use a little less than half. You're just gonna wanna pour it on and then make sure it just covers the bottom so that the beads stick. So, kind of move it around so it covers the whole bottom. I'm actually reusing you can reuse the caps over and over again after you pop them out and just use it again. I'm reusing mine from the sample I made. Okay, so my cover is pretty much covered with glue on the bottom. So now I'm going to put my stones back on in the glue. And the little bit of trickiness is that the glue kind of makes them slide a little bit. So they kind of don't want to always stay right exactly where you want them, but when you push them together, they'll stay. And so when you're creating your design, you're going to want to fill up your container. You're not going to want a lot of empty space. It makes it weaker if it's got a lot of empty space because the glue isn't as strong. See, I already put it in a different spot, but that's okay. The glue isn't as strong when it's just by itself because you're going to be hanging these and you're going to need to attach a ribbon or some fishing line, something to hang them up on your window. So the nice thing is you can move them around, and it doesn't matter if you get glue over the top of it because we're going to put more glue on the top of it anyway. So you can kind of move your stones around however you like. I have these like little ones that I kind of don't exactly know where to put, but I'm just gonna kind of have them fill in here and there. This is the end of my stones. I probably would put more in here if I had more, but this is the literal end of them. So it's a little, I would probably put a couple more little ones in there if I had them, but I don't. So then once you have your design in your glue, you're going to take the rest of that glue that's in your container and you're going to pour it over it. Woo. Whoops. Try not to get it on the table like I just did. Thank goodness it cleans up easily. So then you're just going to cover your stones in the rest of the clear glue. And if it doesn't completely cover it, that's fine. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. If you want it completely covered, that looks great. You got to be a little careful with some bubbles. If you want just like a thinner layer, you can also do that. It's just pouring it over again and making sure that it's in the nooks and crannies of the glass beads so that it really keeps them secure. In my sample that I made, the first one that I made a much thinner layer of glue the second time, and I ended up cutting it out, and I didn't like it as much as when I did a thick layer and kept it circular. But if you want to cut it out, you surely can. If you do a nice thin layer of glue, it's very easy to cut the glue up. So that's it. Ooh, I got a lot of glue on the table today. So it's completely covered. It might be a little hard to tell, but they are completely immersed in the glue with a couple exceptions here of the bigger stones. Now, you're gonna leave this for like 3 to 4 days. You really want it to dry. It does take quite a long time. If you take it out too soon, it won't be strong enough and it will probably break. So 3 to 4 days, and you'll know when it's ready because when you pull down the sides of your cap, your cover, it'll just kind of pop out and it won't still be sticky on the bottom. If it is a little sticky, you can try and pop it out very carefully, then flip it over so that the glue on the bottom that isn't quite dry yet can dry. And then you can hang it up by either, sometimes like a actual hole will form in here where the glue quite didn't get to, so you could put a ribbon through that, or you can hot glue a ribbon on the back and hang it up. Or I suppose you could just like have it leaning against a window as well on your windowsill. But that's it. That's how easy it is, and it looks really, really cool once it's finished. So I hope you guys had fun making the Suncatcher, and I hope it brings a little bit of sunshine to your day. Next month we have rain chains. I am pretty positive that those kits are going to go really fast. So if you're really interested in making the rain chain, I would suggest getting here right away the Wednesday before the program. And I'm not quite sure the dates on that, but I think they will fly out of here. So I will see you next month for the DIY Crafternoon on rain chains. But thank you for spending some time with me and making a Suncatcher. Happy crafting!